to the back. And our colleague, Scott Hudson. Take it, Scott. Wow.
After the vicious attack we saw last week, tonight it's sweet revenge for this tag team of Mad Mikey and Shark Boy. Oh, come on, Mike. Oh.
You know what? I'm so frustrated. I'm at a loss for words. Oh, come on, Josh. Tell them what we're thinking.
You know, boys, I don't mean to bust your promo up, but first things first, I got a match with Christopher Daniels. But you know what's really on my mind? What's really on my mind is sweet revenge. See, I have not forgotten what Siaki and ECMO did to me in that casket match 2 weeks ago. Boys, I'm sitting there watching your match. If you need me, you'll know I'll be right there to even the odds up.
Excuse me. No. Let me tell you what you're not going to do.
What?
You're not going to go out there and go into business for yourself like Jeff Jarrett and Raven. Use the place as your own personal gymnasium. Because if you do, you will see red tonight, D'Lo Brown. So, Mr. Brown, let me tell you what you are going to do. You're going to go to the ring, you're going to have your match, and win or lose, you're going to make your way back to the locker room, you're going to have a shower, you're going to pack up your little Walmart bag full of stuff, and you're going to walk to your car, get off the property without causing a problem. Now, we don't want to keep the customers waiting, D'Lo, so I suggest you get yourself to the ring.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. About to make his way to the ring, from the City of Angels, he weighs in at 221 pounds. This is the fallen angel, Christopher Daniels. He's labeled his philosophy, his beliefs, as the metamorphosis. The change in the fallen angel, Christopher Daniels, certainly has his legion of followers, as we see. You know, Don, what a strange sight to see him physically abuse one of his minions last week, and then almost like an on-off switch, the way he instantly changed his facial expressions, his actions, almost as if he was cleansed. And his opponent from Chicago, Illinois, he weighs in at 268 pounds, D'Lo Brown. Well, it seems as if TNA management consultant Don Callis has focused his attention on D'Lo Brown. We just heard D'Lo promise payback to Sonny Siaki and ECMO, but Don Callis just stuck his nose into the situation, advising D'Lo Brown to have this match with Christopher Daniels and then leave the TNA asylum immediately. Boy, that Callis is everywhere.
Well, Mike, I think that Don Callis is trying to create some kind of order there to make sure the action stays in the ring. D'Lo Brown, Christopher Daniels, is going to be a great match, and he's just warning D'Lo, hey, today's not the day to go in there and mess with ECMO and Siaki for what they did. I think he's telling his time will come.
Almost as if Don Callis is taking a more active role tonight, isn't he?
Yeah, you'd think Eric Watts might have something to say about that, but we haven't heard a hide nor hair of him.
NWA Director of Authority, Eric Watts, as you mentioned, certainly in a power struggle in recent weeks with the TNA management consultant, Don Callis. Wait a minute. He walked out of the... Are you hearing this?
Jerry Lynn, they say, has just walked out of the building immediately.
I just got word from Scott Hudson in the back. Hudson attempting to get an interview with Jerry Lynn. And apparently Jerry Lynn has just walked out of the TNA asylum in his wrestling gear.
He walked right out.
He grabbed his... Yeah, who knows? He just walked right out of the building. Wow.
That's something. He's got to be frustrated. He's got to be frustrated with this whole situation, Mike.
I think we saw every emotion on the face of Jerry Lynn after losing that match. He's obviously angered, as you mentioned, PO'd at the situation, frustrated, and I think dejected as well.
Mike, I'll tell you what I love about this matchup. These are two guys that, in my mind, could be world champions. Both these guys have the ability. D'Lo Brown so close in his epic battles with AJ. Christopher Daniels, he just needs a win over D'Lo Brown for Christopher Daniels will open up TNA officials' eyes, I believe, and make him one of the top contenders.
Deep arm,
and vice versa.
No question. Deep arm drag by Daniels, countered with the same move by D'Lo. And a standoff here in mid-ring. I think we're seeing signs of respect, mutual respect between both of these individuals. Daniels back to the offensive. A couple of clubbing blows to the back. D'Lo stopped him, and
Good
Caught him with an elbow.
Back in the ring. Oh, D'Lo was perfect on that one.
Boy, the ebb and flow of this match, back and forth, it leads to a D'Lo Brown pin attempt and a near fall.
Well, I think the ebb and flow right now is favoring D'Lo Brown in such a great way right now, Mike. I think Christopher Daniels would like to speed things up a little bit, and D'Lo right now is just using his size and strength right now to take advantage of Christopher Daniels.
I want to remind you once again, made official earlier tonight, Jeff Jarrett, AJ Styles. It's finally going to happen. Jarrett finally gets his rematch, October the 22nd, 3 weeks from tonight. Wow.
D'Lo just flings the fallen angel outside of the ring.
You're talking about both of these individuals being possible world title contenders down the line, and I had to think about that Jarrett and Styles, the match that finally is going to come up in 3 weeks. Now look at D'Lo out here. D'Lo out on the floor. Going to scoop him up.
Oh, slams him down. Now wait a minute, the minions are following around here. D'Lo, you better turn around.
Look at this. In the face of D'Lo Brown, the followers.
I don't know what Christopher Daniels said to him. They're not doing anything physical to D'Lo.
Well, that's the thing that is so strange about them.
Oh, that was a stupid move.
It's almost like...
Whoa, but
how stupid was it?
You're right.
It's almost as if these followers are willing to sacrifice. They're willing to turn the other cheek. You know, the power that Daniels has over them, where they're willing to take that bullet for him. It's like there is a passive-aggressive type of stance that the followers have. This is strange.
It's like they won't interfere if Daniels doesn't need them, but if he does, they slightly come in there and cause the interruption. But oh, look at this streak, and D'Lo just flings him on top of the rail. That had to hurt. Oh, that had to hurt the ribs.
Battle continues out on the floor. D'Lo catches him with a straight right. D'Lo headed back up towards the ring, or
no way. No,
you know,
way.
we've seen some incredible high-risk moves from D'Lo. He's gonna fly! He went over the top of the ring post from the top turnbuckle.
He got greedy, Mike.
Crashed and burned.
Greedy.
Right into the steel, right into the safety rail when Daniels moved out of the way.
He telegraphed that so that Christopher Daniels had plenty of time to get away. D'Lo got just a little greedy, Mike.
Now watch Daniels focus his offense.
But this guy's got it going on. He's as good as anybody in this company.
Look at how he's focusing his offense. Boots to the midsection. It's like he's going to try and work on the ribs of D'Lo Brown to take advantage of this opening. Ooh, drops down with the jawbreaker. Springs off the... Look at that!
Spear.
Again, working on the ribs. I mean, you don't normally see Christopher Daniels use the spear.
Well, you know what, Mike? After he saw D'Lo go off the top rope and catch his ribs into the steel rail.
Exactly.
He took advantage. He knew exactly right then and there what he was going to do.
I mean, how smart is he? Thinking man's wrestler.
He's one of my favorite, I'll be honest with you. I don't agree with his philosophy, but I sure love to watch him in the ring. Oh!
Oh, D'Lo goes high risk, went for the moonsault. Daniels able to get his legs up, able to get his knees in the way as D'Lo came crashing down.
D'Lo just didn't get quite enough extension right there, and it cost him. And you can see how... Oh, now the moonsault! Oh, that's perfection right there!
He hit it to perfection, and... No,
D'Lo.
A little frustration there from the fallen angel. Back.
I think D'Lo's still a little dizzy. It looked like he might have landed on his head somewhat. Daniels is going to take advantage of it right here, Mike.
Check the focus. The knee into the ribs, and then applying his own variation of the abdominal stretch here. And while he has the abdominal stretch,
look at that! Look at that!
Driving in punches to the rib cage to the side of D'Lo Brown.
He's also he's putting the pressure on the neck of D'Lo Brown.
Whoa! Check this out. TNA management consultant Don Callis, red shirt security Ryan Wilson, Kevin Northcutt out to observe.
D'Lo shows his strength right there. He had to do something. Whoa, wait a minute.
He's got the roll up. He's got two.
Oh, I thought he had stole one there, Mike. No, there D'Lo Brown's got no advantage.
Elevates him, catches him on the way down with his own variation, his own version of the stunner as Callis, and you see Northcutt on the left, Wilson on the right, the red shirt security. Boy. Very interested observers.
Callis doesn't go anywhere without his henchmen, does he?
It's the muscle behind the mouth is what it is.
Oh, D'Lo Brown trying to take this match away from Christopher Daniels right here and right now with the blows. One right after another, Mike.
D'Lo now in control. Daniels
He's
to the ropes.
Him.
High back body drop. challenging him to get up.
Oh, man, that was wicked.
Throws him down.
2 attempts.
Pin attempt. Nope, only 2.
How did Daniels get out of that?
Great series of offensive moves by D'Lo leading to the pin attempt, but Daniels able to kick out. Charges at him. Takes him down. 1 clothesline. A 2nd clothesline.
I'll tell you what, I like the strategy of D'Lo right there. Just not letting
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh, wait a minute. What are the minions? Oh, D'Lo takes them all out at once. Sometimes there's only so much you can take.
Slingshot into the cross body block, and he took out Daniels' followers.
Oh, man, and he comes right back.
Drops down Daniels. Throat first across that top rope, that top steel cable.
What I do like is that, well, I was getting ready to say that the security, what are they doing?
Wilson, Northcutt.
Oh,
Hey,
wait a
they
minute, Daniels.
distracted him.
Oh, man,
They
Daniels
distracted
going.
him.
Here he goes.
No.
No, man.
Finishing him. The last rights.
2.
Daniels
has got the win.
The Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels.
Look how smug Callis is. Callis and red shirt security. Happy with what they've accomplished. Daniels uses the last rights to defeat D'Lo Brown, but with a big assist.
I don't understand why Callis was picking on D'Lo like that.
To the back, Scott Hudson is with the Director of Authority from the NWA, Eric Watts. Take it, Hudson.
Guys, the war between the NWA black shirt security and the TNA red shirt security reached a boiling point last week, and Director of Authority Eric Watts, as you know, victory did not come without a price.
That's right. He paid a price. He separated his shoulder against 2 security guys that look awfully big. I mean, I think Heckle and Jekyll might be some thugs. And you know what? They popped the man's shoulder out. So you know what? Don Callis, since you're in charge of everything outside the ring, you and TNA, why don't you and TNA step up to the plate and pay this man's medical bills? That's what I think.
Hold on a second. Watts, it almost sounded like for a second that you were talking about health insurance. And actually, interestingly enough, I'm about to get right on that right after I install the mineral spa in the boys' locker room. You know what? What are you, living in the same hallucination that Piper is? This is the wrestling business. There's no health insurance for wrestlers. This kid here's an independent contractor. We give him an opportunity, and he takes a risk. You know what? I'm sorry, but I bear no responsibility. My conscience is clear, but now that I think about it, Eric, you're responsible for what goes on in the ring. The kid got hurt in the ring, and now that I really think about it, you booked the match that the kid got hurt in. So if you're so concerned about this kid's shoulder, why don't you jump off your wallet and you pay his bills, because TNA's not paying him and Don Callis isn't paying him. Let's go back to ringside.
I can't believe how insensitive Don Callis is to this situation.
Mike, it's the nature of the beast. Rick Santel knew what he could get into when he got in that ring. If you can't stand the heat, you got to get out of the kitchen.
You recall it was 2 weeks ago tonight when TNA management, well, they made their decision. Was it going to be Vince Russo or Rowdy Roddy Piper? They decided to stay with Vince Russo. Rowdy Roddy Piper kicked to the curb once again. We promised you last week part 2 of my sit-down